So first, MSNBC screwed us again. Yang with the lowest speaking time here at 6 minutes and 43 seconds. I mean, what else is new? MSNBC did this last time. They basically sucked again. I thought Yang did the best he could. He started out kind of slow, but he got much better as things went on. There's really two moments from the debate that I really liked, and one of them was when he talked about his statement on domestic terrorism. So let's roll that clip right now.
Mr. Yang, what would you do about the issue of white supremacist violence?
Well, first we have to designate white supremacist terrorism as domestic terrorism so that the Department of Justice can properly measure it. I talked to an anti-hate activist named Christian Picciolini who told me about how he was radicalized over a 10-year period. He said he was a lonely 14-year-old and that he was reached out to by a hate group, and he wound up joining it for a decade. Now he's out and he's helping convert people out of those hate groups and back into the rest of society. But what he told me was that if anyone had reached out to him when he was that hurt, broken 14-year-old boy, he would have gone with them. He said if it had been a coach, I would have gone with him. If it had been a mentor or teacher, I would have gone with them. But instead it was a hate group. So what we have to do is we have to get into the roots of our communities and create paths forward for men in particular who right now are falling through the cracks. And when you look at gun violence in this country, 96+% of the shooters we're talking about are young boys and young men. We have to, as a country, start finding ways to turn our boys into healthy, strong young men who do not hate, but instead feel like they have paths forward in today's economy.
You know, I totally agree with that statement. I thought it was, very real, very emotional. And he's right. I mean, if you think about it, all these like shootings that are happening, it's people that are falling through the cracks that feel like there's no hope, and it's like we need to actually try to help them. The next clip that I have here is Andrew Yang's closing statement, which I thought was amazing. Again, a very emotional, very real kind of vision for the country. So let's play that.
I'm here with my wife, Evelyn, tonight. We have two young boys, Christopher and Damien. How many of you all are parents like us here in the room? So if you're a parent, you've had this thought, maybe you've been afraid to express it, and it is this: our kids are not all right. They're not all right because we're leaving them a future that is far darker than the lives that we have led as their parents. We are going through the greatest economic transformation in our country's history, the fourth industrial revolution, and it is pushing more and more of our people to the side. We talk as if Donald Trump is the cause of all of our problems. He is not. He is a symptom, and we need to cure the disease. Now, my first move was not to run for president of the United States, because I am not insane. My first move was to go to D.C., talk to our leaders, and say, technology is ripping us apart, immigrants are being scapegoated, our kids are being left behind, and the American dream that my parents came here to find is dying before our eyes. And the people in Washington, D.C. had nothing for this. They don't want to touch it. They don't want to talk about an issue they don't think they have a solution for. I'm not running for president because I've fantasized about being president. I'm running for president because, like many of you here in this room tonight, I'm a parent and a patriot, and I have seen the future that we're leaving for our kids, and it is not something I'm willing to accept. We need to create a new way forward for our people. If you want to join us in rewriting the rules of the 21st century economy, go to yang2020.com and make it so that we can look our kids in the eyes and say to them, and believe it, your country loves you, your country values you, and you will be all right.
This is why we need someone like Andrew Yang to become president. He really is just a regular guy who saw that no one else was running on automation and universal basic income to help the average American. No one else was running on it, and that's why he's running. He's not he didn't run because he fantasized about being president. He's doing it to actually help people, unlike most of the people on that stage. So yeah, a little bit of analysis on the debate. Do I think this is going to move him up in the polls? I don't know. It's hard to say. The debate started out pretty slow, with basically like the first 20 minutes being all about Trump. I'm sure a lot of people tuned out. I almost tuned out. It was like, come on, this again. I don't know. I mean, those two clips were pretty good, but they were later in the debate. I'm not sure if most people got to see them. I'm sure the clips on YouTube will go pretty viral, but we want to reach the people that aren't on YouTube, that are only watching from the debate standpoint or haven't even looked into the race yet. That's the other thing too, is most people haven't even really started looking into the 2020 presidential election race. So There's still a ton of upside potential for Yang. I don't know if it'll really move Andrew Yang up in the polls. We haven't really seen a massive boost from a debate performance before from Yang, and I don't see why this would be that much different, but who knows. You know, I saw this clip, and this was Yang kind of bringing that Yang optimism that we all like, so let's play that clip. Anyways, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.